Welcome back to the program, friend. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of hadith, words of Muhammad not in the Quran, deeds of Muhammad recorded that are not in the Quran. And if you want to understand Islamic ideology, Sharia law, if you want to understand why Muslims do certain things culturally in their families, it's usually found not in the Quran, but in the hadith, okay? So as I've been studying for this TV series, What Would Muhammad Do, as we reshoot it, I've been pulled off to the side many times about what Muhammad thought about Jesus. So we're going to incorporate that. And this is the tip of the spear. We're going to have to weed through what we use. But please understand that I have a master's degree in diplomacy and international terrorism from Norwich University, which is a very prestigious and old military school. Tremendous, tremendous university. And a very large portion of my time for my master's degree was spent studying Islamic terrorism. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back to the roots of Islam, okay? To the original path, to the original companions of Muhammad. If I can learn that, maybe I can understand what's going on with Islamic terrorists. Turns out that I was right. Let the religion speak for itself. Don't try and make it say what you want it to say. Let it speak for itself. Let me read to you now one of the stories that Muhammad told to people as they were sitting around. Allah's apostle said, Allah will gather all the people on the day of resurrection, and they will say, let us request someone to intercede for us with our Lord, so that he may relieve us from this place of ours. Then they will go to Adam and say, you are the one whom Allah created with his own hands and breathed in you of his soul and ordered the angels to prostrate you. So please intercede for us with our Lord. Adam will reply, I am not fit for this undertaking, and will remember his sin and will say, go to Noah, the first apostle sent by Allah. They will go to him and he will say, I am not fit for this undertaking, and will remember his sin and say, go to Abraham, whom Allah took as a Khalil. Khalil is an Arabic word meaning a friend. They will go to him and request similarly. He will reply, I am not fit for this undertaking, and will remember his sin and say, go to Moses, to whom Allah spoke directly. They will go to Moses, and he will say, I am not fit for this undertaking. And he will remember his sin and say, go to Jesus. They will go to him, and he will say, I am not fit for this undertaking. Go to Muhammad, as Allah has forgiven his past and future sins. Notice, Jesus is not up to the task to intercede for people, to pray for people. Jesus, in Muhammad's narrative, says, I'm not up for this. I'm not able to undertake this. Go to Muhammad. So, they will come to me, and I will ask my Lord's permission. And when I see him, I will fall down in prostration to him. And he will leave me in that state as long as he, Allah, wills. And then I will be addressed. Raise up your head, O Muhammad. Ask, and your request will be granted. And say, and your saying will be listened to. Intercede, and your intercession will be accepted. Then I will raise my head, and I will glorify and praise my Lord with a saying. He will teach me, and then I will intercede. Allah will fix a limit for me. In other words, certain type of people whom I can intercede for. And I will take them out of the hellfire and let them enter paradise. Then I will come back to Allah and fall in prostration, and will do the same thing for the third and fourth times, till no one remains in hellfire except those whom the Quran has imprisoned therein. This is what Muhammad believed about himself and about Jesus, that he, Muhammad, would intercede to get people out of hell. Jesus wasn't up for the task. I'll be right back with another lengthy story and stuff from the Quran as well. Stay with me. You're going to want to see every last bit of this. Do you want to get America out of the hands of wicked and unjust men and women who are destroying the republic before our eyes, and put leadership back into the hands of righteous men and women so that we don't die as a nation? Well, you're talking about social revolution, and there are rules in social revolution. We can look at the victorious social revolutions of the past, such as the end of slavery, the end of child labor, women's voting rights, the end of segregation, and so much more, and learn from their victories. Look at their actions, their images, their rhetoric, their sacrifices, and their final fruit. We will send you this series that originally cost $129, 7 books for students, 1 teacher's guide, if you'll give a gift of any size and just pay for shipping and handling. Take advantage of it today.